relationships, relationships in all aspects. We discuss at times women in business, men in business. We at times go all the way and bring you relationship coaches. And today we take a different turn. I hope you are ready. Before I tell you that, please remember that we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Also, in case you have any comment, please write to us. Our website is live, www.zoetv.co.ke. Kuna category pale inaitwa Zoe on the go. So in case you're stepping out, you can watch as you go to your work, as you go to, to your own tasks of the day. And I know that you will learn something today. Now, today we are privileged to have a great man in studio. This gentleman has been a great friend of mine. He wears many hats. He's an MC. He's an advocate. And today we discuss legal matters. Leo tunaingia kotini. I know there are so many things to talk about pale kotini. Just the other day, you know that the court, Supreme Court, was able to approve a case that has been there for years and it has been trending. We'll be talking about that. You know what I'm saying? LGBTQ. We'll talk about that as well. But again, our discussion today is all about marital cases. Cases zimeongezeka sana za marriages, separation, divorce. What is happening? And in case, you are to take that direction, where do you start? And what happens basically in that space? That is why this gentleman is here. So remember, kama uko na swali, you are a single mother, single father, you're wondering how to go about your case. This is the time to converse. Karibuni sana, and let's learn. My brother.
Yeah, bana.
Karibu sana. It's good to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me again. This time wearing a different hat.
Nilikwambia hapa ni home. I told you this is your home. So because we need to learn these things. We need to know also what's happening on the other side, on mambo ya legal and all these kind of things.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Umekuwa namna gani?
Niko poa.
Uko salama?
I'm good, and you guys are doing well too.
Yes,
and,
kabisa.
I thank God for you guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Asante sana. I forgot to say but that Joe is also a worshipper, by the way. Huyu mchama. Oh, I forgot also to say this gentleman is a comedian. By the way, he has many followers on TikTok. Uko na how many followers on TikTok?
103,000.
103,000.
Yes.
Wengine tunakatazwa mpaka kwenda live. Juu hatujafikisha the bare minimum.
Ni God bana, ni grace ya God.
Joe. Yeah. He's also a husband. Yeah, my brother.
And a father.
And a father. Nitakuuliza hiyo swali tukiendelea, how you balance all these things. Otherwise, somebody who's watching you for the very first time, please just tell us who you are and what you do.
Yes, my name is Joe Maina.
Yes.
As you have mentioned,
yes. Yes.
I wear many hats.
Yes.
But for today's discourse,
yes.
I am an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I have 7 years experience in practice. And the other things that Kamal have said, of course, are also true. I am an MC by profession, by training. For the past 9 years now, I have my own company. I'm also married to one wife, a woman with 3 children. I am born again. I am a worshipper. And I love serving God and serving humanity and fighting for the rights of many.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's good to know. So I believe now you guys have an idea of who we have in studio this morning.
Thank you.
So Joe, maybe just to ask before even we get to our topic of the day today, how did all this start? Especially mambo ya MC na mambo ya legal. Kidogo tu maybe in a few minutes. Is it a passion you are born with? Kwanza hata hii mambo ya wakili. Juu hapo ndo tuna rely on sana.
Yes.
Is it a passion that you had? Is it somebody that mentored you?
Yes.
Or how did you fall in the line of, even becoming an advocate?
Yes. So,
yes.
So for me, this dream came when I was in high school.
Yes.
I was very strong in humanities and languages. So I think my class teacher noticed.
Yes.
So from Form 3, Form 4, she started telling me, you are very strong in humanities.
Yes.
That is, is geography, CRE,
yes.
history. I was very, very good. And also languages. So she told me, I think you can make a very good lawyer.
Yes.
So think about it. So when we did KCSE, the results came out and I actually passed very well in humanities.
Yes.
And so when I went to pick my results, she told me, remember what I told you?
Yes.
I think it's important that you consider pursuing law.
Law.
And That's why I am.
Yes.
I am where I am today.
Yes.
It wasn't an easy journey, of course, because I didn't manage to get the. Because then getting admission to do law in Kenya, you had to score a straight A, mean grade. Kwanza,
straight A.
Yeah, it was a straight A. There were no, because the competition was very high. You know those who are pre-Matiangi days,
yes,
when A's were being dished out like nothing. You know, so man, I didn't get the A plane.
Yes.
So I needed to go do a diploma first. So I went, did a diploma in law, then eventually went and worked, took myself back to school in campus, finished campus, then eventually took myself to Kenya School of Law. So that journey took me 2 years doing diploma, 4 years doing undergraduate, those are 6, and then 2 years in law school, 8 years in school.
Watu wanasoma sana. 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years doing law. And then now, this is my 7th year practicing.
Yes.
Yes.
Sitaenda huko sana. Sitaingia. Hiyo ni passion.
Let me tell you, if you are passionate about something, you must pay. You must be willing to meet the cost.
Yes.
So pay the cost. Of course, it's expensive.
Yes.
God provided. But if you are passionate about it, God will provide.
Yes.
And that's my drive. And this far I have come, it's God. And I love practice. I love practice. And I do a lot of family matters. Family matters, you mean divorces, children matters, you know, maintenance and all. Succession matters. Because succession also involves family, which basically means when the parents pass away, what happens to the estate of the deceased. So there are steps that are supposed to be taken by the children and the family to secure the estate and get administrators to administer the estate. So all that falls under family. So marriage is just a branch of family.
What?
Yeah.
So marriage is wide.
It's wide. It's very wide.
Wow.
It's very wide.
Before we go there, Joe, how do you balance all these things? How do you? Jisa zingine nitakaa, at times I just sit and I decide let me get to TikTok. Napata ulisharusha video huko. Nasema kidogo wacha niingie hapa Facebook, napata uko kazi.
Yes.
How do you? You're a husband, you're a father, you're a worshipper.
I have to go for practice because every Thursday and Friday you have practice for praise and worship.
Yes.
So I have to be in church. Because when we have Christmas cantata or Easter cantata, their practice is all through. So you find the whole Fridays, chances are you are engaged. And sometimes those Fridays we have weddings or you have an event. Because I'm also a corporate MC and a wedding MC.
True.
So you have events left, right, and center.
Yes.
So on the issue of events, it's someone who noticed me in a wedding. So this guy has too much energy. Because me nilikuwa msimamizi. Kasema huyu jamaa, all this energy, what are you using it for? So he followed me after the wedding and told me, I think I have a way of maximizing your potential. He nurtured me, trained me how to be an MC in 2013 or thereabout. So from 2013 to date, I MC. And that's how I ventured into the MC industry. So I'm an MC, I have my own sound, I have my own DJs. So I do events, corporate events, social events, product launches. We do all manner of events, birthday parties. And I'll be honest, it's God. It's God. It has nothing to do with me. I think it's just by the grace of God. And I live with one mantra, go back to God empty. Go back empty, man. That day when you stand before your king and he's asking you, Kamal, can I call you a faithful servant? Will you have the answer?
Yeah?
Will you have the answer? So I want to stand and tell him, Dad, I was a steward and I am a faithful servant. I utilized everything I thought, I think, imagine, or people told me I have. I did my best to use them. So that's what I'm doing on this side of the earth before my father calls me home. Yes, man.
Unajua, you've just reminded me. Last Monday we attend a prayer meeting. It's called a prayer watch. And our pastor was teaching about the parable about the master and the talents.
Yes, those talents.
Yes, and kuna ule alipewa 5, the 5 bags or the 5 talents, and he was able to bring back 5. So he was teaching about destiny capacities, how God has given us energy and room to do so much, but at times we limit ourselves, thinking that we are only called to one area.
That's true.
You're a very good example, my brother.
And I thank God. And I think and I am pro CBC because CBC has taught us that there's a lot of potential in us.
Yes.
Because 844 told us you are an accountant
You're
for
an
life.
accountant for life.
So me accountant, stick to that lane.
Yes.
You are a lawyer, stick
Yes,
to that lane. You are an engineer, stick to that lane.
Yes.
But CBC, you are basically exposing these young minds to every potential they have. Every potential.
Yes.
So that you see they are doing games.
Yes.
No, you know our PE we are on our own.
Kabisa peke yetu tu tunaruka huko time ikiisha unarudi class.
Yeah, squeezy, it's structured. Yeah, like where my kids go, you see it's structured. They tell you, I don't know, they don't, and it's actually examinable. Can you imagine PE is examinable?
PE?
Yes, it is examinable.
Allah?
Yes,
Okay.
because now they are taught. They are taught
yes.
the theory, like for example, swimming, they are taught theory and they have to go for practicals.
Yes.
If it's football, they are taught theory and they have to go for practicals.
Yes.
So that it's actually examinable. So you realize, you start seeing, okay, so this child is actually gifted in matters, athletics and all. Nurture that.
Yes.
We didn't have that.
Yes.
So I think for us, God sasa ndiye alikuja akatusort. Kamal, I've planted so many things in you, my guy. You know? And you know the Bible actually says that you're supposed to have at least 8 sources of revenue.
Yes.
Surely.
At least 8.
At least 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least 8. So there is so much potential in all of us. So much potential.
Yes.
And COVID, of course, woke us up because you realize multiple things were collapsing. So if you had only your faith in your 8 to 5, and then job imeisha, what do you do? So I think where I am is just God. He's the one who gives me the balance, how to be a father, how to be a husband, how to minister in church, how to MC, I'm in court. And I owe it all to him.
And you're doing a good job. I
Thank
salute
you, my brother.
Mimi najifunza. Hata hiyo ya wazazi. I'll become a parent very soon.
Amen. 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 Receive in Jesus' name.
Amen. Now, our conversation today, we are glad to have you here because now hii ni ngumu sana kuelewa without an advocate or a lawyer. But the issue about mostly marital issues, we've come to a place where marriages are breaking. There's the rise, you know, of separations and divorces. The statistics are going high and high and high, and at times, you know, it's hard to understand what's happening. And we're having so many single moms, we're having so many single dads. Some do not know even where to begin, when to get a lawyer. So what happens when somebody realizes maybe they have a case, a marital case? But I think it's good coming from you that what is a marital case and what types, because umeniambia kuna mingi, you know, I thought it's only one, but you say there are subs. And where do you begin? Maybe taking an instance of a single mom or a dad. And how has your experience been? Okay.
Yes. So first things first, you know, we have a marriage act in Kenya, which regulates marriages. So it's important for us to define whatever exists. Is it a marriage in the first place?
Yes. True. That's the best place.
So under the marriage act, you can either be married. There are several types of marriages. One is civil. Civil marriage basically means you either get married at the AG's office or you go to church. And you are joined by the pastor. You will be issued by a certificate by the church. You will also be issued by a certificate at the registrar's office. Those are civil marriages.
Civil marriages.
Civil. Civil and Christian, they are related. So civil, Christian, there is Hindu marriages. And these three are monogamous. Basically meaning, if you get married before the AG or in church or Hindu, you can't marry another wife.
It's only one.
It's only one. So it's monogamous. Then there is African marriages. African marriages are all potentially polygamous. So African marriages, you are married in using traditional culture. So if you are under the Maasai culture, how are you married? Kikuyu culture, are those things done? Dorashio, all that, you know, Kohadaidege, all that process. So those ones are actually recognized in law. But all African marriages are potentially polygamous.
Polygamous?
Yes.
Okay.
So simply because the husband has gone and married another wife is not ground for you to come and divorce that fella. Because they are considered to be potentially polygamous. They are allowed to marry. Men are allowed to marry. So we also have Islamic marriages. That's the fifth one.
Yes.
So those ones you get married according to the Muslim law or Islamic law.
Yes.
And even those ones
Yes.
are potentially polygamous.
Yes.
Because their law allows husbands to marry many wives.
Yes.
So it's only these three that are monogamous. So hapa,
Eh.
if the husband decides to go and get someone else,
Yes.
that is grounds for divorce.
Kabla tufike hapo, let me ask a question. So umesema kuna African marriages.
The African.
So African mostly nikifanya ratio for example, mimi nasemanga hiyo ni kama African wedding. Many people say that.
Yes.
So does it mean if I stop there, don't do like a church wedding or a Christian wedding, I can add another wife?
You can. Yes.
Eh,
Yes, you can.
okay.
Yeah, those are ticking time bombs that people sit on and they do not know.
Allah.
So always know that. And by the way, those African marriages, you must ensure you do every step that is provided for under that culture.
Yes.
Must be done. So if under the Kikuyu customary marriage, for
Yes.
example,
Yes.
there are 3 steps. All the 3 must be done for it to be validated.
Yes.
You must show that you underwent each of them.
Yes.
It's not halfway or it must be full. But the recent Marriage Act that was enacted, all marriages must be registered at the Register of Marriages. Even those African marriages,
All of them.
you must register them. Within 6 months,
Yes.
usipo register, my friend,
Eh,
sasa hapo hakuna kitu mmefanya.
eh.
You have to register them.
So is there like a certificate that
Yes.
is given to them?
Yes. If you register it, there's a certificate, but the
Eh.
certificate will show you are married under African customary law,
Yes.
according to the Kuria culture, or to the Maasai, or to the Kikuyu, or to the Meru culture.
Yes.
Yes. And you're issued with the certificate.
Eh.
So that's marriage.
Okay.
So that now when you're discussing about, okay, so what happens when actually things hit a snag?
Yes.
What happens there? So you go to that Marriage Act, it provides you the avenues that you can follow. For example, if you're married under the African or civil marriage,
Yes.
church or AG, then you go to the courts,
Yes.
where you can pursue to get separation or
Yes.
divorce.
Yes.
If it's Muslim, then you go before they are called the Catholic courts.
Catholic courts.
Yes.
Okay.
And Catholic courts deal with divorces of Muslims. Hindus also, they can go to the normal courts.
Yes.
Just that it's the
Yes.
Hindu law that will be used. Yes. So then, so these different courts, like for example, the Catholic court, they will use the Islamic law too.
Yeah.
Na unajua huko inaitonga talaka.
Talaka.
Sijui unazunguka sijui nini mara ngapi hapo, then unaambia the wife, tumeachana, nimekuacha.
Akiwa tu hapo.
Hiyo ni divorce.
Allah.
Done.
Yes.
You know? So each of them have their own. But now under the Marriage Act,
Yes.
there are grounds for divorce, there are grounds for separation. For separation and divorce, more or less the grounds are the same. Just
Yes.
that for separation,
Yes.
maybe the parties or one of the parties feels like this thing can work. So I don't want to go for the divorce.
Yes.
Let me go for this separation because it's temporal in nature.
Yes.
To see, the court will grant you the orders for you to separate, but it is for a specific period.
Specific time. Okay.
Yeah, to allow the parties to reconcile. If you reconcile well and good, the marriage is restored.
Yes.
Unlike a divorce, where it's permanent. So once the process is done complete, you'll be issued by what is called a decree nisi, which means it's temporarily, but after lapse of around 30 days,
Yes.
it becomes obsolete, and now the marriage is done.
Yes.
So when you talk about divorces and separation in these civil marriages,
Yes.
and Hindu marriages,
Yes.
and African marriages, but African marriages, you also have to understand that there are also other cultures, and in their culture, maybe some of those grounds may
Yes.
not be in the laws. But under our laws, the grounds for divorce are around 5. So one is infidelity, cheating.
Cheating.
Second is cruelty. Cruelty can be psychological, it can be physical.
What do you mean?
War. Unajua kuna watu
Hiyo ni
people
physical.
who beat up the wives.
Yes.
And they are spouses who just cause you stress.
Yes.
Mental stress. That is cruelty also.
Yes.
So
Yes.
cruelty can be physical, someone inflicting harm on you,
Yes.
and it can be also psychological.
Yes.
So both are grounds for divorce. We also have insanity. One of the parties is medically proven to be insane.
Yeah.
It's not just a matter of naona nika huyu jamaa amechizi. Yeah, there needs to be medical.
It has been proved.
You need to provide medical documentation that shows, unfortunately, my spouse is no longer mentally able to continue with this marriage.
Yes.
There is also desertion. One of the parties just decided to wake up one morning and they disappear for 2 years.
Na ameenda.
Ujoi Mona for 2 years. This guy is gone.
Yes.
Then the other one is the marriage is completely broken, irretrievably broken.
Yes.
You cannot restore it. If you can be able to prove that, then the marriage will be dissolved.
Yes.
So these are the grounds which you can use to either go to court to get separation or divorce. So the responsibility is on the person who is coming to court who wants a divorce to prove. He who alleges has the burden of proof.
Yes.
So if you come and you say, my wife has been cheating, it is your responsibility to produce the evidence showing she's the one cheating. And the evidence, as much as it's on a balance of probability, meaning may or may not, unlike the criminal cases where it's beyond reasonable doubt.
Yes.
So the standard of proof in criminal cases is very high. This other one is more or less show us that it's highly probable what you're saying is actually accurate. So the responsibility is on the person who is coming to allege. So these instances, especially where there is physical abuse, it's important for people to report. Go to the police. I hope the police have reformed nowadays. You know, some of these guys chase you away. Hey, mama, nini unasumbua mzee? Enda msolve hii maneno. Enda
mumalize maneno.
Before you know it, tomorrow unasikia wale waliuana. You know, and I think for me, I would just urge the police to be human and to take these matters very seriously, because we've dealt with these issues and sometimes it stands fatal. Them just laughing about these matters. So, but if you can, please report to the police, have OBs. Eventually, these are the evidences that you'll be bringing to court. Because once you go to the police, they'll tell you, you need to go get a P3, so medical examination, you go to hospital, get treatment notes. You know, those things that show I've been assaulted, this marriage, I've been under a lot of harm. So those are the evidence that you'll be needing in court. If it's psychological, of course, you also have to provide evidence that shows, hey man, I'm going mental. You know, there are places where you'd find the marriage, people are strained to an extent, people actually seek medication. They go for counseling, therapy, because it's too much, man.
In fact, unajua nilikuwa kukuuliza, because you've mentioned about psychological stress. Because, you know, how do you prove that? How does somebody come and tell you, unajua inaweza kuwa ni stress tunapitia mimi with my wife, it's a season in life, we don't have finances, but now you're going to the court to say that you are, you know, so how do you prove that you're the person? Okay, what are some of the experiences you've had? Maybe,
but you know, the reality about marriage is that there is some peace that you should enjoy in a marriage setting, because you are marrying a friend. It's a person that you love, and so there is expectations that are needed or expected for in a marriage. But then if you find that these expectations are not being met, for example, realize this guy is a drunkard. He comes home late, maybe at 3 a.m. He comes, maybe the kids are asleep, he comes, he wakes up everyone. You know, kila mtu anaamshwa at 3 a.m. Ndiye ameingia na nyama, nichomewe nyama na nikaangiwe nyama. You are supposed to go to work at 6. This fella is waking you up at 3 a.m. You know? So by the time you're cooking, you have no time to go and, you know? There's another lady who was telling me, that guy comes at that time, starts harassing her, he doesn't want her to sleep. So he comes, takes the duvet away, so she can't sleep. You know, or comes, takes the duvet and anaziweka kwa maji. Usiku wa manane. So he may not hit you, but that is causing you a lot of psychological trauma.
Very true.
You understand? So such things, the court will convert them to psychological stress. You know, and that can be, because my friend, these things can drive you up the wall. You know, because now this lady tells me I need to shower and go to work. If I go and immediately nimeingia kushower, he locks the bathroom, I can't get out, and I'm supposed to leave that house. Or others would even go to an extent of removing all the tires from the car. Just you ende sasa.
Uende ulikuwa unaenda kasi uende. What?
So all that, he may not be physically harming you, but what the conduct of the person may leave you scarred mentally. you can't function psychologically.
Yeah.
It's traumatizing for you, you know, or constant threats.
Yes.
He may not harm you, but they are threats. SMS.
Yes.
You know, I will kill you. I
kill
will send you back to your people.
Yes.
You know, and nasty abuses.
Yes.
All that. Or treatment before in-laws, treatment before your friends.
Yes.
You know, some people are narcissists. They don't want you to succeed.
Yeah.
So they keep pressing down on you. You understand? So those issues, so long as you are able to show that within a span of time, this man is not changing, or this lady is not changing.
Yes.
I have done my best.
Yes.
We've gone for counseling. And remember also, when you take these matters to court, you also, the other things that you're supposed to show the court is that, because courts are not in the business of breaking covenants.
Yeah.
Remember, marriage is a permanent covenant.
Yes.
Even before the AG, it's still a permanent covenant. So courts are not in the business of breaking covenants.
Yeah.
If you're going to come to that court, you better have your facts right.
Mm.
That this marriage cannot be retrieved.
Yes.
It's gone.
Yes.
So you must demonstrate to the court the steps you took to try and salvage that marriage. It's not just waking up one morning and say, I'm done.
I'm done.
So what step did you take?
Oh.
We went for counseling.
Yes.
This man refused, or this lady refused. We talked to our pastor where we got married.
Yes.
We tried to counsel, but it's not working. We talked
Yes.
to the best couple. We
Yes.
talked to our parents. Parents were involved. This thing is not working.
Yeah.
It's been a while going
Yes.
at it,
Yes.
and truly is not working. Or this fella disappeared for 2
Yes.
years. I don't know his whereabouts.
Yes.
I've tried tracking him down. I can't. Or finally, when I found out, found out the guy has settled with someone else.
Somebody
He even
else.
have kids.
Yes.
So what am I doing in this marriage? It's dead. I'm still young. I need to be allowed to
Yes.
continue with my life.
Yes.
So you also have to demonstrate that. But unlike these things that people see in the TVs, you know the TVs lie, eh?
Yes. Huh?
Unajua unaona hapo kwa TV unaona majuu people just bring a document and they
Yes.
tell you, your wife comes and tells you sign there.
Yoi. Sign.
Sign.
Yes.
And me,
You're
I've already
done.
signed.
Ah.
This thing is dead. No, in Kenya we don't do that. Yeah. The two spouses cannot agree to divorce.
Every real statement. The two spouses cannot agree.
You cannot agree to divorce. You can't
Oh.
come to court and say we have agreed to divorce because our marriage cannot work.
Ah. You need to have your
It's
facts
immoral.
right.
It's immoral to do that
Yes.
because,
Yes.
as I told you, marriages are supposed to be eternal covenants.
Yes.
What is supposed to drive the marriage
Yes.
to split is
Yes.
because of irreconcilable differences.
Yes.
Not the two of you coming and agreeing. It's not a business transaction.
Yes.
It's not a partnership. So you cannot.
Let's
agree,
call a lawyer in the house. No jokes. No jokes in the house.
you cannot agree to divorce.
Yeah.
Unakuja unasema hapo, mimi na wife tumeona this thing is too hard.
Yeah.
We are calling it quits.
Yeah.
Judge, we want a divorce.
Yes.
No. Those grounds must be proved. Let the court decide for itself whether this marriage is really there or it died a long time ago.
Yes.
Initially, actually, you are forbidden to divorce after before at least you've stayed in the marriage for, I think it's 1 or 2 years.
Yes.
But then the courts recently have changed that law and said,
Yeah.
even if you marry today, you can get divorced tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
When if you get married today, tomorrow you can
get
divorce.
divorced tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Because the court said, why would you force two others to stay together where nothing is working?
Yes.
Because there's a lot that happens. People lie.
Yes.
People give you wrong promises.
Yes.
You know? People, you can get married, for example,
Yeah.
and let's say you decided that we are going to wait until marriage. We are not going to
Yes.
to maybe have sexual intercourse.
Yes.
But then after marriage, you realize
Yes.
this person is actually impotent, and it's on the day of your marriage. He never disclosed
And
that to you.
that is something Angefa could disclose.
In marriage,
Yes.
one of the conditions that solidifies a marriage
Yes.
is what is called consummation, meaning
Yes.
there must
Yes.
be sexual relationship between the partners.
Yes.
If it's not there,
Yes.
there is no marriage, even if you sign the document.
Wow. Whoa. Whoa.
So if you come to court the next day and you tell the court, I realized once I got married, this man is impotent. It's gone.
Immediately.
Because then the basics of the marriage cannot be done.
Yeah.
So then what are we doing? There's no marriage. So nowadays the court is more and more finding it prudent to terminate, even if the timelines have not been achieved of maybe 1 year in marriage. If it's dead, it's dead.
Yeah.
You can't force two people to stay together. Yeah.
So my producer is telling me there are a few messages here on WhatsApp. That's what I would need to just read before we continue, because I want you to, you know, just take us through what's the process.
Yeah.
What's the process of approaching a lawyer, or even because utaenda continue simame hapo nje na ujui somebody to help you. You can help us with those steps. But even before we go there, I see Ian Lumwanji anasema, wow, truly a man of many hearts. Please ask Joe how he managed to take himself to school, especially in law. Yeah? Hiyo ni swali muhimu sana.
Yes.
Aya, Alex anauliza, kindly ask Joe, what are the pros and cons of prenup? Yes, prenup.
Okay.
Yes.
So I will start with the how did I take myself.
Wewe Ian umeturudisha nyuma. Ama ulituma message yako kitambo. Ni sawa tu. It's okay, it's fine.
I saved.
Yes.
I was working, but I was saving money. And then I was attending evening classes.
Yes.
Yes. So I went to one of the institutions within Kenya here.
Yes.
So during the day I work.
Yeah.
5 I go for classes, evening classes. So that helped me. But I didn't have all the money then. I think it's slowly. I had also help. I applied for help. Nilifanya paka fundraiser mse. Sikuwa na do. My parents didn't have the money.
Yes.
So paka harambee tulifanya.
Tulifanya watu nini?
Wakatuchangia. And eventually I finished.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's through the grace of God.
Yes.
It's through the grace of God. It's an expensive affair, but God provided.
Yeah.
So the other question that someone asked,
the pros and cons
of prenup.
Of prenup, yes.
Okay, in Kenya there is no prenup.
Yes.
Again, these are things
what is a
people see in
prenup?
movies.
Unajua hata pia mimi karibu ni hang hapo kidogo.
Prenup,
Alex ananitesa kidogo.
Prenup are agreements that people sign prior to the marriage.
Oh.
Like for example saying, what is mine, what is yours is yours. If this thing ends, I keep mine, you keep yours.
People
like,
signed those kind of papers?
Of course, in other jurisdictions, in other countries. This is tunaona kwa movies. So in Kenya, that is non-existent here. Here there are no prenups. You can't sign an agreement. They tell, before you go and propose to your wife, she tells you, before I say yes, I need you to understand that we'll sign a prenup. Meaning, what is mine, what is yours is yours. If you walk out of this, or you sign an agreement saying, even in the marriage itself, whatever I accumulate is mine and whatever you accumulate is yours.
Yes.
In Kenya, that the law does not allow that. In Kenya, once you sign the dotted line, everything after that day, if it's, for example, today, on the 1st of March, everything from today, 1st of March, is jointly owned.
Everything.
It becomes matrimonial property.
Everything.
Yes. It becomes matrimonial property. Cars become matrimonial property. Land become matrimonial properties. But these are things you acquire from 1st March. Things you acquired before are still yours. If I enter that marriage and I had a car, it's still mine.
Yes.
If she entered that marriage, she had land, it's hers. When that day comes, when everyone goes their separate ways, she cannot lay claim to things I acquired before the marriage. I cannot lay claim to things she acquired before the marriage. Claim is given to the things we acquired after the marriage. Yes. So in other countries, people sign those prenup agreements. So before we get married, let's agree. Even in marriage, we are agreeing. What is mine, what is yours is yours. You understand?
Yes, I get
and we agree even that these grounds and these grounds are enough for us to separate. Yes, we sign it down.
Yes, you agree.
You agree. Huku Kenya hizo vitu. Hizo ni vitu za movie. Hiyo ni cinema.
No mazala. Hiyo ni movie hiyo.
So you had asked something about the procedure.
The process, yes. Please take us through. How
process, you can either file what you file in court is usually called the divorce petition. You can file it at the magistrate court or at the high court.
So assume I don't know anything about court. I don't know about anything about law.
Yes.
So where do I go?
So you need the services of a lawyer.
I go to a lawyer.
You need the services of a lawyer.
Yes.
There are many quacks out here who masquerade as lawyers. They make shoddy documents for you. You go to court and the court has powers to even deny you the prayers you're seeking. If your petition is incompetent, the grounds are not justifiable.
Yes.
So my advice is go to a lawyer.
Yes.
They will draft for you what is called a divorce petition.
Yes.
Those grounds I've told you, there's a way we frame those grounds. You may think, Joe, I don't think I have sufficient grounds. Or you think you have sufficient grounds. You come and sit down with me. I listen to all your story. I tell you, my friend, I think endelea tu na hiyo maisha yako ndugu. Hii haitoshi bado. Utaenda
like mnaambianga tu reality.
The court can decline to give you a divorce if it thinks those grounds are flimsy ground. Because some people are just there jokers.
Yes.
You know, some of these people out here just come for the resources.
They're just after the resources of maybe one partner.
They are
or that
woman
kind of
eaters
thing.
and they are also men eaters.
Yes,
People
yes,
who
yes.
enter marriages for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
So the court has powers to decline granting you separation or
Yeah.
divorce.
Yeah.
So the advocate will prepare a divorce petition.
Yes.
A divorce petition will list the grounds. So you are petitioning the court to give you an order dissolving the marriage.
Yes.
So that's why it's called a petition.
Petition.
So the lawyer will draft it, your statement. You can
Yes.
even call witnesses
Yes.
if you want, the best couple, the pastor,
Yes.
your mom, your dad, call them. But it's a private affair.
Yes.
So then that petition is filed in court. The lawyer can do it for you, or I draft it, give you, you go file it and
Yes.
do the case yourself.
Because
The law allows you to do the case yourself.
yourself.
Yeah, but it must come through a petition. Whether you file it at the magistrate court or the high court, it's still petition.
Yes.
But those proceedings are done in camera. What do
Yes.
I mean by in camera?
Yes.
They are private proceedings.
Or they're private.
They are private. When the hearing comes, everyone else is chased from the court. You're just you and the other party and the lawyers, the judge and the clerk.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's done in the privacy so that you don't need to iron your
Yes.
dirty linen.
Yes.
But there are people who sometimes waive it
Yeah.
and they don't care.
They just say, allow anyone to just come.
There was a recent
they-
one which was very publicized, and I was
Yeah.
wondering what is wrong with these guys. Why are they
Yes.
making these things public? Why do
Yes.
you need to iron your dirty linen in public?
Yes.
But most often you'll find maybe politicians, people who just have, negative or positive publicity,
Yes.
still publicity to them, they
Yes.
enjoy.
Yes.
But it's actually a private affair. So you can actually tell the court, I do not wish to have anyone in court.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing the proceedings virtual, because nowadays proceedings are done virtually.
Oh.
Even if you are in US,
Yes.
you will log in from US, you don't need to come to Kenya.
Oh.
Yeah. So nowadays the courts have really advanced.
Yes.
Even watakwambia tu where you are you a Christian, take a Bible, we'll swear you
Live
continue.
on video.
Yeah. We do proceedings online. And it takes approximately, from the filing date,
Yes.
it takes approximately 3 to 6 months to finish divorce cases.
Yes.
They are very fast considering other cases.
Yeah.
Especially where it's not contested. By
Yeah.
that I mean, if
Yes.
the other party does not bother to file any defense or response, then the court will go directly and issue orders, because they are like, the evidence that has been produced by the petitioner
Yes.
is not contradicted.
Yes.
So there is no one coming and saying what you are saying is untrue.
Is wrong.
So the court has no other option other than dissolving it. And in
Yes.
any case, if the
Yes.
person was really intent in making the marriage stay,
Yeah.
he would have come to court and say, no, these are lies.
Yes.
My marriage is still working,
Yes.
and I don't want the divorce to be granted.
Yes. Oh.
You understand?
Yes.
Or sometimes others will come and say, I still want the divorce, just that the grounds that are being produced
Yeah.
are erroneous.
Yeah.
I am not the one who's been cheating.
Yeah.
The petitioner is the one who's been cheating, and this is my evidence. You understand?
I understand.
So all those dynamics
Yeah.
come in play. So those will determine how long the case will take.
Yes.
So if it is contested, chances are it might take a little longer. But it roughly takes between 3 to 6 months to
3 to
finish
6
that case.
months.
So once it's done and the judge is satisfied that
Yes.
the grounds have been produced are
Yes.
sufficient to divorce,
Yes.
he gives an order, a decree nisi, saying this marriage is now dissolved.
Yes.
And within 30 days, if the parties are not reconciled, it becomes absolute. Meaning now you are an official divorcee.
Yes.
And you can get married again even before the age you're in church.
Oh.
Yes. Just that the church has its own laws. For
Yes.
example, the church
Yes.
does not allow
Yes.
remarriage even after divorce. You stay like that until Jesus comes back. But the AG will allow, so long as he sees that you are a divorcee.
Yes.
Then. But you cannot contract another marriage if
Yeah.
you're still married.
You're still married.
Uh,
Wow. I would love us to talk about what happens, especially when there's a separation or a divorce where children are involved,
Yeah.
or a man is, or somebody is not playing their responsibility.
Yeah.
But before we go there,
Yeah.
assuming my petitioner now, for example, my wife goes to court and they say, now, Mimi, this is my evidence, and
Yes.
and I'm done.
Yes.
Okay. So, as a husband, do I have also to get a lawyer?
Yes.
Ama naweza tokea mimi mwenyewe niseme,
You
what are you saying? What are you saying? This is my case. I don't need anyone to represent me. And what is the importance of getting somebody to represent you? Yes.
Of course, we are trained to respond. So
Yeah.
please, unajua unaweza ukaenda, hata wewe unasikia wewe ni mgonjwa, ujipeleka huko chemist uambie chemist, nasikia kichwa inaniuma, nipatie dawa.
Yeah.
Or some of us are even our own doctors. You go and say, I want headaches.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
But maybe you are prescribing the wrong medicine for yourself. So it's always better if you get proper treatment.
Yes.
By that I mean, just go to a lawyer. Cheap can turn out to be very expensive.
Very expensive.
Look for a lawyer.
Yes.
He will prepare a response to the petition, file it,
yes.
the lawyer will represent you.
Yes.
Or he can prepare the response, give you and tell you, go file it and go appear in court and defend yourself.
Yes.
That is also allowed. That's why you find people like the now Honorable Omutata, the senator now.
Yes.
He used to do a lot of cases, but he's a civilian because courts allow anyone to go there. It's not a preserve of lawyers. Anyone can actually go to court, so long as you file the proper documents. Yeah, or even if you take yourself to the registry, those staff will help you draft those things. They can even tell you, this is the format it takes. Go sit down, draft it this way. But of course, having a lawyer gives you an advantage because we understand these processes. The process will be easier, quickly, and faster. Yes. So you ask something in relation to children.
Exactly.
Children are handled differently. You cannot bring children matters before the divorce court or the High Court Family Division. There is a court specifically for children.
So that's a different case.
Yes, it's a whole case, different altogether. So as you do this case for divorce, you need to file another one for children. Yes, file a different one for children.
Yes.
Again, same drill. Involve a lawyer. If you don't want, go to the registry. They will tell you. But again, I would advise you against it. Go to a lawyer. We know how to go around this thing. So children is filed separately. So in the children court, you're basically seeking custody of the children. Who will have custody? The mom or dad? And then you're seeking maintenance. Who will maintain these children? You're seeking provision of fees. You're seeking medical cover, food, all that. So if you want issues to do with children, go to the children's court. And you don't have to wait for the divorce to end. They can continue simultaneously at the same time. The other issue that I need also to alert you about the divorce matters. Once you're done with the divorce matters and there are property involved, there's property involved. Because the divorce is done. But now, we were married for 15 years. Within the 15 years, we acquired property, assets. We have land, we have cars and what and what. After you're done with the divorce, you need to file another case
for now
matrimonial properties under Matrimonial Properties Act in the High Court. That now we want, because that divorce court, the only power it has is to annul or throw away the petition. It doesn't talk about property. You go to a different court to decide property. So that's why sometimes people would prefer to file the divorce case in the High Court because that same court has power to give directions on matrimonial property. So once you are done with the divorce, in the same suit, you now file a matrimonial cause, which now you list all the properties. Everyone comes and defends. So if, for example, my wife is saying, I'm entitled to property 1, 2, 3, and 4, she needs to come and prove her contribution in those properties. It's not automatic.
So there's also a proof as well.
Hii maneno unasikianga mtu anasema mimi nitadivorce huyu jamaa na mali tunakata mali katikati. Half yangu half yake. No, those things changed. Nowadays both parties must prove contribution. The contribution might be monetary or it might be in kind, in other ways. For example, the lady was a stay-home mom. She might not be working, but she was taking care of the kids, taking care of the home and all that. That the court can consider it as contribution. But you must provide, you must prove consideration, your contribution for the court to say you are entitled to property A, B, and C. So I usually advise couples, please register things in joint names.
Everything that you do. Register in
I
joint
advise
names.
to register in joint names. There's a reason why the Bible says, because I'm a Christian, and there's a reason why the Bible says the two shall become one.
True.
Just be one. Stop hiding things. Stop hiding things. The Unclaimed Assets Authority, they have billions of worth of property that are unclaimed. Why? Because mimi nimechukua ka property kamoja nikaficha mama. Simshow, nimeandika na jina yangu. Then life ni her life. Nimedai mse. Nobody knows I had properties in Karen, somewhere. I had property in where. Those go to Unclaimed Assets Authority. Because nobody knew. Nimejifichia ama wife alijifichia. Logbook na gari akajificha, hiyo ni yake. Maybe anakuanga na matatu. Nobody knows. Ni anajuanga tu yako na matatu. There is an interesting story that I once had of this couple that was sleeping and then jamaa ameshindwa kulipa rent. So auctioneers wakatumwa kuja proclaim nini. So auctioneers on this guy, man, wameweka proclamation, kuja tumekupatia 7 day, lipa pesa. So after 7 days, in early in the morning, 5, pa, they are on the door. The guy wakes up, man. Yani 7 days have lapsed, my friend. Tunauza vitu. Haki nisaidieni. Si hata muongee na landlord. You know these properties that are usually managed by agents. Nipatieni tu namba ya landlord. Wakamwambia mzee, wacha kujisumbua. Si umetoka bedroom? Enda uongee na landlord.
So the wife was the landlord?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
And the husband does not know?
He didn't know.
Hey.
So
what?
people live very strange marriages.
And yet he has been paying rent.
Wewe ujuangi bana.
So unalipa kwa agent. Lakini finally it comes back to your wife.
Wife ndio landlord. Na ujuangi. So what I advise couples, please register things in joint name. It helps a lot. Because if you go to court, like for example, if say I work in a bank, so couples go and sit and decide. Mimi unajua sababu nafanya kwa bank. If I take a loan, the interests are lower. So wacha nichukue hii loan na jina yangu. Lakini shamba ni yetu. But then I become crafty. The title I don't put your name. Na eka yako. So things go south 5 years after.
Later.
So this property comes up in court. I produce the title and say the property is mine. It even has my name. And I produce documents showing I've been using my loan to pay. Kwa agreement yetu tulikuwa tumeelewana, you be depositing in cash in the account. Mimi nitakuwa nakatwa kwa mshahara yangu. But you are inconsistent. One time you send me via M-Pesa, another time you give me cash. So in court, those things come in play. You are busy trying to show the court, I was contributing every month, but some months you are not consistent. So this wife comes and says, no, that one was for fees ya mtoto. Ilikuwa shopping. Ilikuwa unarushwa. Kesi inageuzwa.
Under the bus.
Yes, because the title has her name. She's been paying, she produces statements showing I've been paying this thing. This property is mine. You never contributed to it. So as we go, the house is mine. This shamba is mine. This car is mine. I paid all the premiums. Wewe unabaki hapo msea una kakitu. Na uli contribute. So it's important, insist and emphasize on registering both names.
Everything.
And even try as much as possible. Like my wife and I, that's the same thing we've done. And it shows trust. Because let me tell you something, Kamal.
Yes.
Things happen. And sometimes you find a spouse has died. Let's say the husband. Relatives show up.
Anakuja kwa hiyo nyumba sasa.
Property iliyeko na jina ya mzee. Mama anaambiwa rudi kwenyu. Wewe ulituia mzee. Wamechukua title liko na jina ya kijana wao. Where will the mother go? She has kids. Why would you want your wife and your children to suffer? You are turning in your grave. You can't do anything. Your relatives are spoiling your property left, right, and center. Safeguard it. Make sure the property is in joint names. They can't do anything because the wife's name is there.
It's true.
You understand?
It's true.
Or register them in trust, like you put your wife in trust for the kids or something. You know, that's where you know your children are secure. So it's just greed. We are greedy and selfish. You don't want to share things. Marriage, you're supposed to be one. Accept it. Be one. So assets, register them jointly. It will help. But basically, after divorce, that's what I was trying to say. You go to court, there's a matrimonial course, you file it, then the court will make a determination who takes what. Kama kuna property and you guys can't agree, because ordinarily people agree. You negotiate, mediate. We have 5 properties, you take 2, I'll take 3. Or we have this property, let's sell it, we split half-half. If you can't be able to agree, then the court now will make a final determination. Prove, contribution. Kama you can't agree, sell the property, share.
So Joe, maybe from where you sit on, I believe you've been able to see this kind of cases. Are there people that you know when they come to you, just advise them, to just sit down and talk? Badala ya kupitia mambo yote.
I actually prefer every person that comes to me, I have numbers of counselors.
Good.
Divorces are painful. Never be cheated. Divorces are painful. They are painful process. Nobody enters into marriage to divorce. Everyone enters into it to stay. So it's a painful process. You need proper therapy. You need counseling. By the time you're coming and saying, I want this, you better be sure that is what you want.
That is what you want.
Because sometimes you do these cases and people cry in court. When it finally dawns on them, this marriage is dead. And my life will never be the same again. For Christians, You are like that until Jesus comes back.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you are 29
Yeah.
or you are barely 25. It's done. Stay like that until Jesus comes back. Because if you remarry,
Yes.
biblically, it's adultery. You understand?
Yes.
So it dawns on you,
Yeah.
this thing is dead.
Yeah.
So I tell you, these young people, before you say I do,
Mm.
make sure you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yes.
Hiyo ni pingu ya maisha.
Eh.
Interpret it as literal as that.
Vile iko.
Eternal bondage.
Yes.
So I personally prefer requesting the clients to go through therapy
Yes.
before they come,
Mm.
so that they are prepared for the process.
Yes.
And even after,
Uh,
go for therapy, not just for you alone.
yes.
Even the kids take them to therapy because their life changes.
Yeah.
That dad they were used to sing, they no longer see that dad.
Yes.
Or that mom they were used to sing, they no longer see that mom.
Yes.
Those kids need therapy.
Yes.
Because some of them will be injured, they grow up wounded.
Mm.
Wounded people wound others.
Yeah. It's true.
They have distorted
Mm.
the distorted perspective of marriage.
Mm.
They'll always think marriages don't work.
Yes.
So you find these people
Yeah.
who are serial cheaters.
Yes.
They can never settle down. If you look at their past,
Yes.
they come from broken families.
Yes.
They never went for therapy.
Mm.
So they have a very twisted
Mm.
thought of marriage, or people
Yeah.
who just don't believe in marriage.
Yeah.
But it's because
Yeah.
of what they saw from their parents.
Mm.
So take those children for therapy. It's
Yes.
important for them to understand their life needs not to be like that of the parents.
Mm.
Marriages work,
Yes.
and it can work.
Yes.
Everyone must bring 100. Sio hii tunasemanga leta 50-50.
50.
No. Bring so, alete so, it will work.
Twende sana.
So go for therapy before, go for therapy after, not just you, even the children. Let them go for therapy. It's
Yes.
important.
Wow, I can see time imeenda bana. Yani na vile tujongelea vitu mingi. Jo tutapanga hii
I
mambo.
know, even LGBTQ and way this thing has
we need
been-
to talk about that in a
know,
few
man.
minutes. Producer nipatie hata kama ni 10 minutes. You know, this conversation has been
Yes.
trending kabisa on all platforms.
Yeah.
And the decision was made huko kotini kule unatoka.
I know.
Supreme Court
Yeah.
allowed that now organization can these organizations can register this
register the
LGBTQ. Yes. I think hata tusiende sana. What's your take and what do you think? What is happening there at the courts? Nampona?
First thing you need to realize, these guys normally use a rider
Yeah.
of people called intersex.
Intersex.
LGBTQ, you know the whole whole nini,
Yes.
lesbian, gays, bisexuals,
Yes.
queer.
Yes.
Then that I is intersex. Now intersex are people who have both organs.
Yes.
You have no control about it.
Yes.
You are born like that.
Yeah.
It's a medical you have to go you undergo a medical procedure.
Yes.
These other LGBTQ whatevers,
Yes. Your
it's a personal
lesbianism,
decision.
gayism, and all that.
It's
yes.
a personal decision.
Yeah.
You decide deliberately what
Yeah.
you want to be,
Yeah.
unlike the intersex. So they ride on intersex and say, by denying us our right,
Yeah.
also you're denying the intersex. Who chose not to? Intersex should not be categorized in that category.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So let's leave the intersex out. Let's
Yes.
just talk about LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Those fellas. Eh?
Yes.
And my take, because I am a Christian,
Yeah.
I profess the faith, and
Yes.
my take, I stand with God's
Yeah.
side,
Yes.
which is homosexuality, lesbianism, gay, queer. It is evil. It's an abomination in the
Yes.
sight of God.
Yes.
So speaking from a Christian perspective,
Yes.
it is wrong. It is illegal. It is
Yes.
unlawful. It
True.
is.
True.
Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed
Because of
that.
Because of that. True.
Why would we want to take ourselves there?
There. True.
Okay? Now, leave the Christianity aspect outside. Let's look at the Kenyan law.
Yes.
If you look at section 162, 163, 165 of the Penal Code, the Penal Code is what provides for what is a crime and what is not a crime. In Kenya, those sections that I have mentioned
Yes.
provide expressly homosexuality is illegal
In Kenya.
in Kenya. And if you are found liable,
Yeah.
you'll be imprisoned for between 7 to 14 years
Yes.
for practicing anything unnatural.
Yes.
Any unnatural act of sex,
Yes.
you'll be imprisoned for 14 years. That is what our law says.
Yes.
Then what the Supreme Court comes and says, it says that even those guys are entitled to their rights. Because them, they are coming and saying, under Article 27(4), which provides for the government cannot discriminate you on the basis of religion, sex, gender, all that. Now the Supreme Court came and said that sex, as provided for in sub-Article 4, means sexual orientation. The impact of that is that next time you go to a government office and you're handed over a form, or NSSF, you're going to give them your fingerprints, or at the chief, they're taking your fingerprints. One of the things there is marital status, sex. Now that sex, they're basically telling you, you need to be very specific about your sex. Are you an intersex? Are you a heterosexual? Are you gay? Are you lesbian?
Are you serious?
So basically, I am looking at the literal interpretation. That is basically what these judges meant. That when Mama Mboga went in 2010 to pass the constitution, or the bombers draft that people were drafting, when we wrote the word sex, that show meant sex is either gay, lesbian, intersex, queer, all that. Do you believe that is what Kenyans wanted when they passed that? And that's why for me it's really disturbs me. So even out of Christianity, looking at it legally, the act itself is criminalized in our systems. How do you then legitimize the gathering of a criminal gang? Murder in our laws is illegal. If you kill, you will be sentenced to life imprisonment or to
even death sentence.
Can you wake up today and go and register a company of assassins?
Of course not.
You can't. Why? Because your objectives are criminal in nature. So even for the LGBTQ community, their objectives are criminalized in Section 162, 163, and 165 of the Penal Code. So because your objects are criminal in nature, the registrar was entitled not to register. But the Supreme Court is saying they have a right to associate, because the Bill of Rights in Kenya provides everyone with the right of association. But always remember, your rights are limited to the rights of the majority. And that's why sometimes cops will shoot a thug and kill. Because and take away his right to life. Because his right to life is exposing our rights. Terrorists have a right to life. But these guys are suicide bombers. They are wearing a suicide vest. He's just about to pull that trigger. The cops will shoot that guy, because if he does, people will die. So take away his right to life to safeguard the rights of many. So these guys, as much as they have a right to associate, you must weigh it against the rights of the majority. The majority of us do not ascribe to it. So, and that's why for me, I don't think it was a right thing that the Supreme Court did. The right way is that a review be done. It can still be salvaged. It's not yet done for Kenyans. A review, anyone can make an application to the Supreme Court to review, but before a 7-bench judge, because that was a 5 bench. There were 5 judges. So ask for the full bench to sit and review that judgment and give another view that we think is proper, because that one is not proper. But the interesting thing about this whole thing, this whole thing started in 2013.
My God, how many years ago? 2013?
High Court said their rights are violated. Register, you need to register. Registrar appealed, went to the Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal, same decision. Their rights are infringed. You need to register. Then they appeal. Are all unconstitutional. So, Toa.
I think I need to ask you 2 questions. Who are the people that are pushing these things? Because I've had conversations, there are international people or organizations involved. That is number 1. Number 2, what is the impact if this thing goes through? I know you've given a few examples, but what impact are we looking at? Does that mean now we have to allow this thing? We are allowing lesbianism and gayism be taught to our children and the curriculum and all these things? Or is just an organization that is around but restricted to their own way of living?
So about who is behind this, you realize if and just go to the internet. This is a Western concept, and they've been pushing it down our African leaders. Every time elections are done, and our leaders are interviewed in CNN, BBC, this international media, they'll always ask them this question about what is your stand on LGBTQ.
Even Ruto
why
was
are
asked
they,
that
why are they pushing this thing down our throat? Our previous president, Uhuru, was asked the same question. Ruto was asked the same question. Museveni has been asked. So why do they keep pushing? It's a Western concept, and they are trying to shove it down our throat. Yet, even our culture itself, we do not uphold such kind of of conduct. And so you realize that Africans have always been in opposition of this. So it's for me, it's a Western concept that is being shoved down our throats, and they are tying it to funding. You know, before we give you funding, you need to sign some of these treaties that you cannot discriminate. You know, you need to change your laws to accommodate these people. So, and this society has a lot of money, and they have a lot of influence in the Western community and this European community. So, they usually push to have these hurdles placed as preconditions to us receiving funding. So that we'll give you, but sign these two things here. And if you sign, they give you more money because they have money. So for me, it's a Western concept. I don't think it's something that is born here. You asked something about the consequences. The consequences are dire. They are dire consequences. This is a can of worms that has been opened. There's a lot that can happen because of this. Because what basically the Supreme Court said is that they gave a completely different meaning to the word sex under our constitution, meaning it actually connotes sexual orientation. So I'll not be shocked if someone tomorrow goes to court and says, please invalidate those sections of the penal code that criminalize homosexuality, because homosexuals under our constitution are recognized. You are discriminating them by penalizing what they do. You understand?
It's true.
These guys will go tomorrow to court and fault the curriculum development institution and say, you are teaching our children the wrong thing because you are telling them sex is male and female. It's not. Our constitution says sex means sexual orientation. So teach our kids the right thing. There is male, there is female, there is they, there is them, there is intersex, there is homosexuals, there are lesbians, they are queer. Teach them all that. You understand why it's a can of worms. It has a lot of harm on our systems. It changes the very fabric of the society. It challenges marriages. It challenges the institution of marriage.
A lot.
You understand? Because now you start explaining to kids that two men can get married, and one can be mom, one can be dad, and they can actually have children. That two women can get married, one can be man, one can be dad, and they can have children, and that setup is good. It's okay. It offends even the natural, just the natural systems. Where have we seen this? Even in animals, it's not there. In birds, it's not there. In plants, it's not there. Why would it be the norm for us as humans? We are more civilized. More is expected of us.
It's true.
I dare say.
It's true.
You understand? So for me, the consequences are dire. And I wish the judges who upheld had hindsight of the consequences of what they have done. Because it's a deck of cards. It's like dominoes effect. Quickly this house of cards will start crumbling. And you are affecting every institution. Can you imagine tomorrow pastors are being told you need to marry these people? Which scripture will they use to marry two women? Which scripture will they use to marry two men? You understand? So that for me, I'm not condemning them. I'm not condemning. And there is love for people who are involved in these things. All I'm saying is this. Under our systems, it's criminalized. As a Christian, the Bible forbids it.
Forbids, actually.
So, you are entitled to your right, whatever you want to do. But understand, from a Christian perspective, for me, you are living in sin. Under the law as a lawyer, you are committing a criminal act. You understand? So, you should not be permitted to propagate an illegality. Because let me tell you, let me ask you something. The registrar now has been ordered to register those groups. So he registers a group called Gays and Homosexuals Human Rights Commission or Human Rights Organization. When that group meets tomorrow, what are they discussing? How to sell Sukuma Wiki?
Of course
How
not.
to buy electronics?
Of course not.
The objects that they are discussing are in line with what they want. What they are discussing is illegal. They are discussing probably how are we going to push our agenda in the society to get more members to join us, more gays to join us, more lesbians. How are we going to push for our rights before these schools? And but you understand, we still have Section 165 that declares what you are doing illegal.
Is illegal.
It's a crime.
True.
So you are meeting with an illegal intent, with an unlawful intent. You should be arrested and charged. So that in essence you're wondering, what did the court do? You are giving a right to all manner of gangs to register. So then Mungiki should go and register. Thugs should go and register their own associations, because you are saying everyone has a right to associate. Okay, let's make it open for everyone. Let those cattle rustlers that are giving our KDF problems go and register their association of herders and whatever. You know? Let the Al-Shabaab come and register their own, because everyone has a right to association anyway. Okay? We decide that we've been struggling to get work as assassins. Let's go and register our own group. And now go to Citizen and mainstream media and come to Zoe TV and publish. You understand? So it's really wrong. Yeah, that's my take.
Wow, this conversation we can continue and even for hours and hours, but thank you so much, Joe. We appreciate your time even for that insight. Looking forward even to have you again and again to help us understand
Just
these
alert
things.
me, man, me.
Yeah, manze, because we need to talk about these things. You know, when you go to TikTok and these other platforms, they're not sugarcoating.
Yeah, they don't.
They're just calling things as they are. And in fact, you know, we have even young Kenyans that have involved themselves to this kind of issues, and they're declaring.
They're all over.
Life.
They're all over. You've got social media. They are normalizing.
Yes, they're normalizing.
Yes, they are normalizing.
A guy, a young guy is just saying, you know, my boyfriend, my husband, my boyfriend, and they're not hiding it anymore.
Guy, sometimes even if you go, I have personally gone sometimes on my social media page. And some of them go live. Some of them go live.
They go live.
Yes. Those guys who belong to LGBTQ, they go live. There, and you can clearly see what they are doing. And it breaks my heart. That this generation, these young people who are coming up, their mind is being tuned to normalize these things. And it's not normal. It's criminal. And the Bible condemns it. So let's call sin sin.
Let's call
and
sin
I call
sin.
upon the church. Let's call sin sin.
Yes.
Stand out and speak the truth. You need to stand out and be counted. Take a side. These are not issues. These are no gray areas.
Take a side.
Pick a side and stand. You're either for or against. So stand. And so that's my stand.
It's true. You realize the other day the church in, I think, UK also approved the same.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you the West is lost. I even saw they were trying to say that they were trying to push to have a gender neutral God.
Neutral God.
Gender neutral God.
Gender
because
neutral
they're saying
God.
God does not have a gender. God should not have a gender. Because God is a God for lesbians, He's a God for homosexuals, He's a God for everyone. So stop calling Him Lord. Him. He's not Him, He's they. He's you know, those are the terminologies they use. That you don't call them she or he. It's they. So you, I call you they. I can call you him. When I was talking to they, they told me. And that's you. So because they are saying you are discriminating them by assigning to them a gender, you're supposed to give them permission to choose their own gender. You understand? You know how awkward that is. That means so tomorrow my son can, because today as I came, I dropped them in school. My son can wake up and tell me that today I'm waking up and I feel like I'm not a student anymore. I'm an adult, so I'm staying home. So me, I actually, so let's make it open to everyone. Since people have rights to decide what they want to be, okay, so tomorrow I'll wake up and tell my wife, I no longer feel like I'm married. I'm single. Or tomorrow I'm waking up and I'm a woman. So today I'm going to dress up in a dress. And and there is nothing you're going to do about it
Yeah.
because it's my choice.
Yes.
Police wake up tomorrow and say, from today, we are thugs.
You are criminals.
Cocks the gun,
Yeah.
goes and steals.
Yes.
I'm a criminal.
Yes.
Thugs decide today we are police officers. Simama kwa barabara, thugs are the ones who are manning traffic. Can you imagine the tragedy we are setting? So it's anarchy. Let's just call it as is.
Yes.
There is systems that
Yes.
work. Whether
Yes.
you are Christian or not, these are
Yes.
systems that
That
just
work.
work. You are offending it.
Yes.
Something will give in.
Yes.
Something will give way. So humans should just stop.
Yeah.
Stop, think.
Yes.
Is what I'm doing right or wrong? Yeah.
All right. I want you to look to this camera.
Yes.
Please tell us how somebody can be able to find you. Somebody has a case. They're wondering how to reach out to you.
Yeah.
You know, or an event
Yeah.
or any kind of moderation they would need you to do.
Thank you.
Yes. Tell us your platforms, your number, and we call it a month.
Thank you.
Yes.
So you can find us. My law firm is. You can find us online. NMCO Advocates. NMCO Jenga Maina and Company Advocates. You are online. We have a website. You can find us and the directions to our offices. We are at Samarok here in Naivasha Road in Riruta. You'll find our offices there. You can find us on social media pages. Jenga Maina Advocates. That is for the farm. For the company, I have a company for entertainment. It's called MC Wakili Event Hosts Limited. Also, we are online. You can find us. We have a website, MC Wakili Event Hosts Limited. You can find us online. We have a website. We have YouTube page, MC Wakili. We have Facebook page, MC Wakili. Instagram, MC Wakili. You can find us. My number is 0723 601855. You can always call and you'll find me. But thank you guys for hosting me.
Karibu sana. Thank you so much, Joe. Looking forward to another time.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been our conversation this morning. That was Joe Maina. We hope that you have picked something. You're a parent, you're a guardian. Kuna kitu umejifunza. Let's stand for what is truth. Let's stand for what God has called us to do. Let's call sin, sin. You know, let's just say things as they are. No gray area, you know, as Joe was able to advise this morning. And we hope that you've learned something. I will be glad to hear from you. We have numbers on your screen, 0700-075-555. Anytime you can SMS, you can call, and we can be able to connect with you. We are live also on Facebook and YouTube. Tuandikie pale kile umejifunza siku ya leo. Thank you so much. That was, Relationship Wednesday. We hope you have a take home all the way from devotion about the love of God. And now to the conversation that we had about marital cases, divorce, and also about the, LGBTQ and all that. So asanteni sana. My name is Kamal. Do have a great day. We have amazing programs. Hiyo sitaacha kuambia. We have amazing programs coming up. Ubongo Kids is coming up. Move in the afternoon. So make sure you stay tuned as you enjoy the programming. Until tomorrow, same time, same place. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Salute.